Welcome back to another edition of NXT Out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debates. Big show today featuring a huge return and a big women's main event. I wonder who the return is. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Let's get straight into it. Balor was out first and said he doesn't care who won War Games. All people should care about is his championship. Pete Dunne came out and said he was the best. He'd come from afar. Everyone fears him. Before Kyle O'Reilly came out and said he has unfinished business. Balor agreed. Damian Priest came out, not sure why. Literally lost the mid-card title. You're not getting a promotion, mate. They all had a little argument before TikTok Scarlett came out. And yes, he's back. Get in. So happy about this. Balor v Cross is going to be an insane match. The first match of the night saw Swerve Scott take on Jake Atlas. Swerve avoided some of Atlas' offense early on before he hit a springboard crossbody. Atlas failed to keep the pressure up and it allowed Swerve to get properly on top before Atlas broke away from a German suplex and rolled up Scott for the win. I'm going to give this 6.5 out of 10. Two great wrestlers and just a quality match really. Cruiserweight division has so much potential with wrestlers like these. But anyway, next up it was Everrise versus Imperium versus the Gribble Young Vets. Everrise ran to the floor, but for all four of their opponents, let's get revenge on last week. Bartel battered Gibson with a series of uppercuts. Martel then yanked their hair of Bartel. Definitely not a tongue twister, allowing the Grizzled Young Veterans to take over, and they were demolishing Bartel as Everrise continued to sit on the outside. The leg trip up step elbow allowed Drake, who kicked out at two. Eichner and Gibson then continued to battle, and it kept on going back and forth before the Grizzled Young Vets dropped Chase Parker with a ticket to Mayhem to give them a huge win. I'm going to give this a 6.75 out of 10. Love this match. Just really good. All three of them are just so good. Anyway, next up, Tommaso Ciampa took on Cameron Grimes after Tony Storm and Io Shirai were arguing backstage. Grimes and Ciampa were locked up early on. Really good technical match before Ciampa got back in the fight after Grimes gained control, delivering a series of clotheslines, dizzying Grimes. One of Thatcher's students was at ringside and tried to distract Ciampa, however that wasn't true, and Grimes got caught in the ropes for a Widow's Bell for the win. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Really good match, but I would say for those two wrestlers, maybe I expected more, maybe I didn't, but after all it was only a TV match. The mystery runner appeared again with Shia Lee and Balor, and their screams turned to silence while they were being tortured. Just painful. Johnny Gargano was anyway out next as the first ever three-time North American champion, and Candice LeRae was there as well after leading her team to victory. Johnny Gargano sent Indy Hartwell to get a surprise for his beloved wife. Hartwell, still in a net break, grabbed a statue of LeRae, and Gargano tore the cover off to find a trophy looking similar to Shotzi as a ragdoll. Just I love Johnny Gargano. The revolution he's been on this year has just been incredible. Pete Dunne took on Killian Dane. Dunne tried to drive Dane down early on before Dane got on top for a little bit. Through a bit of technical wrestling, Dunne jumped on Dane's hands to get the advantage. Dunne managed to lock in a triangle choke, but Dane countered it and used his physicality once again. However, Maverick came out and was being battered by Annie Lorcan and Danny Burch with a chair, allowing Dunne to get the advantage, and Dunne planted him with a bitter end for the win. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Really good match this. Definitely over-exceeded my expectations. This was quality. Our main event, it was Raquel Gonzalez v Ember Moon. Every time Moon got a little bit of offense, Gonzalez seemed to get the upper hand. Moon caught her coming up on the apron, knocking her back down with a spear through the ropes. Through the commercial break, Gonzalez quickly regained control, and when we came back, Moon was knocked out of the air with a big boot. Moon played possum, drawing Gonzalez into a head scissor into the turnbuckle. NXT newest resident hit powerhouse, but it was avoided. Gonzalez countered a dive from the Eclipse. Her powerbomb was countered at first, but the second drove Moon through the mat for a huge win. I was not expecting this. This could be a star making for Gonzalez. Just absolute quality. 6.75 out of 10. This week, NXT gets a 6.75 out of 10 from me. A really good show this week. They've made a star in Raquel Gonzalez, and every other thing on the show was pretty much quality. Love Balor being back, Cross being back, Injected, Gargano is just class. Just a really positive show for them. But anyway, I think the Wednesday Night War goes to NXT this week. Two very similar shows. I would say the highs on AEW Dynamite were probably higher, but I think NXT was just a more consistent show without. We didn't have some dross like Dustin Rhodes versus 10 on NXT, and I think that's what hands it to NXT here. But overall, a really good show from both. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below, for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!